What is going on YouTube? Hit it back making another brand new Crypto TV episode. In today's video, we're going to be looking at XRP, Litecoin, Bitcoin, Ethereum, if we have time, the S&P 500. Specifically, in today's episode, I want to continue off of the discussion I had in yesterday's episode. Basically, we figured out that there's about a week left in the market for consolidation before we pretty much close the gap and fill in the gap in most of the cryptocurrencies, which could lead to what could be the next big breakout to the upside or a big correction to the downside. All we know is major volume will probably be coming around December 15th. Now, moving forward in the market, talking about short-term movements as of today and maybe tomorrow, we're starting to see what could be a small correction, as we're seeing, back down to the bottom, retesting our bottom uptrend. So this would be a support, and it could ultimately lead us to see a small correction back to the upside, which is key for a more aggressive trade that is possible. Otherwise, guys, if you are new to the channel, definitely make sure to subscribe, turn on post notifications, leave a giant thumbs up as this does help support the YouTube algorithm. Make sure to follow me on Twitter, CryptoVOfficial, and let's jump right into today's episode. All right, so as mentioned yesterday's episode, we discussed how XRP Ripple, there's pretty much only a few days left for what could be a big pump to the upside. We've discussed this now probably for about 2 or 3 days, so there's really no need to continue on from that. I really want to focus in today's video on short-term, small potential, swing back to the upside. I'm seeing it on a lot of the cryptos, and I think it's very important to discuss this as, I know a lot of you guys could be fairly aggressive in your trading style, so I just want to touch upon that as well. Now, just looking at the current coin market cap, you can see top 10 cryptos, everything is in red. Everything is down. I mean, this is great, honestly. We've talked about this in the past, how we've been meaning to correct lower. It falls perfectly in with our, symmetrical triangles and ascending triangles. So I want to show you guys that in a second. But just looking at this, there's red all across the board. Coins are down, I'd say on average, about 3 to 4%. I mean, that's everything. In terms of weekly averages being down, we could be like 15%. It's pretty crazy. Otherwise, just to jump right into the video or into the specific trading styles, you can see right here, I do have XRP pulled up. This is XRP to Tether on Bityard. So specifically, you can see pretty much for the past couple of days now, almost a week, we've pretty much just been consolidating sideways. We've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I would say 7 days, really just sideways trending inside the 5 and 10 day moving averages. We're slowly creeping up on the 20-day moving average too, which is great. But for right now, we're really just seeing consolidation. We're not seeing anything aggressive. We're not seeing anything crazy. It's merely just this consolidation pattern that's happening. Now, we can obviously, figure out where we can draw uptrends, draw supports, things like that. I mean, we can clearly draw them right across. If you really wanted to stick with something like this just to get a better understanding of how the coin is trading, you can see there is some sort of uptrend in support right here, and it looks like we're slowly trying to regain that bottom right there. And then there are some resistances which we can clearly draw on too. You can clearly see there's a top sideways resistance right here, boom, just like that at around, why is this on Bitcoin? I didn't put it on Bitcoin. I want it on XRP. Boom, much better. So you can see much better, able to graph here. But 70 cents is where the resistance is. And then we do have a small uptrend right here, which is still trending up. We're retesting this currently right now, actually. But you can see even on the 4-hour, when we scale this even closer in, what it is that we're referring to. I mean, we could even adjust this slightly like that, just to give this the better view. But you can see a clear resistance at the top. This is closer to 64. I would send it up to 70, right around here. Now we do have an uptrend. So this is really what I'm working on a lot of the other cryptocurrencies. You can see it looks like we're retesting a bottom at some point. And what I really wanted to focus in on is what I meant by short-term aggressive trades, the likelihood that we could see potentially XRP reverse up like this. It'd be a very small window. It would only be about, it's pretty large actually now that I think about it, from 58 cents to 68 cents. That is about a 10-cent jump on the coin. It is fairly small, but if you leverage trade it, you can make a fairly profitable gain. And the reason I'm focusing in on XRP and that movement is because there's a big gap to fill. We'll look at the other cryptocurrencies too to see if there's reason to buy into those as well. But right now, a lot of these cryptos are showing signs of what could be a reversal to the upside as we retest the bottom support here. Now, specifically those that don't know what Bityard is, I did link it in the description down below. This is the website that I've been using basically every day to leverage trade, buy and long, sell short cryptocurrencies, creating different positions, and I share it all on my Patreon. But I do have Bityard pulled up because, just since the start of the month, we've been able to make over $4,000 just in, leverage trading cryptocurrencies. So definitely make sure to check it out if you're interested. I did link it in the description down below, and I am working on videos to explain to you guys how the website works if you're a beginner, how to trade it, things like that. But honestly, before you get involved with that at all, trading around with your own money, they offer a demo account with $100,000 in it, which is, play money. It's not real, but it allows you to just test your skill, test your knowledge, see if you can make profitable trades, see if you can make good situations, good profitable movements. So clearly we're having this discussion that there's a possibility of a reversal back to the, to the all-time high. That would be something to test. You could clearly go into the demo account, create a long position, and capitalize off the run. Now, besides that, the reason I'm getting this understanding is when I look at the other cryptocurrencies. So this is XRP pulled up to US dollar. This is to the fiat USD. And you can see the uptrend I'm referring to with our resistance. We've been trading sideways for literally, since November 23rd. It's been about 2 weeks of just this sideways consolidation. Meaningless, just sideways consolidation. But what it's been able to do is lower ourselves on the RSI, lower ourselves on the MACD, and get us primed for the next big pop now that we have the available room to move. So I am, planning to see that the coin does bounce off here and head higher. The reason I'm, believing this is it looks like XRP is hitting its bottom. We then switch over to other cryptocurrencies. You can see Ethereum. Even though I have this bottom uptrend, which is still possible, there's a very big case scenario that we could bottom down to, 564. And even if we do, then it could swing back to the upside and retest this top resistance closer to 612. And that's probably what I'd play the conservative approach to. Obviously, if you're more of an aggressive trader, you could consider, a swing back to the upside from here. But, just look at the way these patterns are forming. You could see Bitcoin too is seeing some sort of uptrend. We're seeing some sort of correction back to the downside. Clear uptrend, clear resistance, it's capped. And it looks like it wants to slowly swing back down, retest this, and swing up. Same thing with Litecoin too. It's very odd. We've split the way these coins form. We've split the way these have uptrends. So it's very interesting to see. A lot of the coins look like they want to hit this first layer of support, but there's this likelihood we could break through here, retest bottom at 76, and then head up higher. So the market is just starting to reverse back into a downtrend. The market is finally starting to see some red in it, which is fine. I mean, the fact that we're trading all the way up at $19,000 within Bitcoin is incredible to be this high. So to see a little red is nothing to worry about, to say the least, but we're really just waiting for the consolidation to happen. Long term, the first week, we're really waiting for December 15th, around that date where we fill in the gap here, and then see a massive pop or a massive correction to the downside. Either we close below the uptrend here and our trigger buys in and we short the market back down to what could be a goal at 14,700, or you buy in long above 19.6, and we're easily seeing 22, 23, 24, even $25,000 on Bitcoin. But mainly short term, these aggressive traders have been asking, it's definitely a tough market. XRP doesn't look like it wants to head even lower. It's definitely possible that it can. Granted, we've had this sideways channel, we've had this bottom support, this price floor. It could very well retest bottom here, which is very likely, and then head up. And that, given that gap, it would allow Ethereum to pull back. It would allow Bitcoin to pull back, and it would allow Litecoin to pull back. So if we consider that aspect, there's a good chance you could probably still get away with shorting the market for right now, and then considering to swing it back to the upside right there. Same thing with Litecoin. We could short this all the way down to right here, this bottom support. At any point, retest this bottom support. If we close above here, there's a very strong chance we're going to swing back up to retest the all-time high. I mean, things look very clear. Hopefully, I did a good job explaining this. Otherwise, that's pretty much going to wrap up today's video. I didn't touch upon the S&P 500. We haven't we haven't opened today's candle yet. But at the moment, yeah, it looks great. We're pumping even higher. It's incredible. I mean, we didn't really go much higher than where I sold off. I sold off right around Honestly, it was here. It was back in September, which is pretty crazy. It's been like 2 months now. It's pretty crazy since I've been back in it. But I sold off right around here. So to miss out on this jump, it's only almost 4% in, potential losses that I've only taken, which is nothing to say the least. The only worrisome fact I have is, we have this daily pulled up. Every time we seem to get close to this resistance here, which, we're currently above, but every time we get close to being overbought as well, it usually signals a reversal back down to bottom support. So I just want to see how that plays out. If it doesn't, I'm going to throw my money back into it and just ride it out, for the next 30, 40 years. But otherwise, guys, that's pretty much going to wrap up today's video. If you are new to the channel, definitely make sure to subscribe. Turn on post notifications, leave a giant thumbs up, as this does help support the YouTube algorithm, and I'll see you in tomorrow's video. Peace.